The most common symptoms of iron deficiency in women include fatigue and weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, cold hands and feet, and brittle nails, as well as restless leg syndrome and decreased immune function. In addition, a symptom that will greatly affect busy women is poor concentration and decreased cognitive function. Iron deficiencies are most common in women during their reproductive years because of their periods. So if you're struggling with low iron levels, here are some tips to follow, especially during your bleeding days. But first, let's talk about the two different types of iron. We have got heme iron, which comes from animal source foods, and non-heme iron, which is found in plants and fortified foods. Turns out, heme iron is way easier for our bodies to absorb and use. I've actually put together a list of iron-rich foods that you can download from the link I left in the description box. Now, eating iron-rich foods is great, but for some of us, it's just not enough. The good news is, there are a few strategies we can follow to help our bodies absorb more iron from those foods. Iron inhibitors are compounds that reduce or block the absorption of iron. There are two main iron inhibitors. The first one are tannin-rich foods. Tannins are polyphenols that bind up with the iron available in the diet and avoid the absorption. This is valid for both heme and non-heme iron. I've discussed in other videos the great properties of polyphenols, but if you suffer of iron deficiencies, make sure to avoid tannins while eating, right before and right after. You can still have tannin-rich foods and drinks away from your meals like 1 or 2 hours before and after eating. Tannin-rich foods include coffee, tea, most wines and beers, fruit juices, fruits with peel, berries, and chocolate. Nuts also contain tannins, mostly in the skins, but later in the video we will talk about an easy way to get rid of them. The second iron inhibitor is calcium supplements. The results of this study suggest that taking regular calcium supplements with meals makes it more difficult for women to meet their daily iron requirements. The second strategy to increase the absorption of iron in our diet is by including iron enhancers when eating iron-rich foods. The first iron enhancer is vitamin C. So, consuming foods rich in vitamin C together with iron-rich foods makes it easier for our body to absorb the iron. For example, when eating beans, which contain iron, we can pair them with tomatoes, which are rich in vitamin C. When eating almonds, we can pair them with strawberries, and when eating tofu, we can pair them with peppers. Another iron enhancer is beta-carotene, which has been shown to improve iron absorption. In fact, beta-carotene is a very powerful iron enhancer as it has been shown to overcome the inhibitory effect of tannic acid and phytates, of which we're going to talk about soon. Among beta-carotene foods, we have sweet potatoes, carrots, and pumpkin. The PDF I mentioned earlier also contains a list of vitamin C foods as well as beta-carotene-rich foods. The third strategy to increase the absorption of iron in our diet is by eliminating the earlier mentioned phytates. Phytates or phytic acids are substances found in certain plant foods, particularly grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. They have the ability to bind to certain minerals such as calcium, iron, zinc, and magnesium, reducing the bioavailability of these minerals, making them less easily absorbed by the human body during digestion. Soaking, cooking, and germinating these foods can reduce the levels of phytates. Let's not forget though that even if phytates can hinder the absorption of minerals, they also have antioxidant properties and can act as anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer agents. Another strategy to increase the absorption of iron in our diet is to use cast iron cookware. The systemic review from 2021 concluded that the use of iron pots for cooking can improve the amount of iron in foods and iron bioavailability. There is nothing special to do when trying this strategy. Just switch your pan to one made with iron and cook your meals as usual. Now, I do want to stress the importance of getting regular blood work done, at least once a year. Following these strategies can be beneficial in improving our iron levels. However, if you suspect or have been diagnosed with iron deficiency, it is recommended to consult with a healthcare professional for appropriate treatment and supplementation. And please avoid supplementing without consulting with a doctor first. If a diet high in iron is always harmless, a wrong dose of iron supplements can be harmful. A food high in iron that can be easily consumed daily are chia seeds, and there are many more reasons why you should add them into your diet. I talk about all of them in this video here. And if you're new to my channel and want to make healthy eating easy, make sure you subscribe right here to watch new videos every Sunday. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you can check out the link I left in the description box. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.